What going on, guys? Welcome back to Photoshop. My name is Pix. This is ASA's Pixel Studio. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to retouch images using frequency separation. But before that, what is frequency separation? Frequency separation is a method of retouching image by separating the textures and the color in the image so that you can work on them differently. And this is one of the best method in retouching images because it gives you the accurate result or accurate retouch. Now, how do you perform frequency separation? Well, you can do it manually, you can do it using actions, you can do it using plugins. Now, in fact, there are more advanced method of the frequency separation that is going to give you more accurate and perfect results that makes your image look like the professionals. Okay, so but before that, I'm going to show you or start with the basics before you start using plugins. Understand the fact that before you start doing frequency separation using plugins and actions, you need to understand the basics. So what is the basics? The basis of this is to just separate the texture and the color in the image. What are the textures? The roughness, like the eyes, the shapes or the contours, the pores on the skin. What are the color? Just the red, and all of this are the color, the pink lip, just the color alone. So we're separating the textures and the colors. There are some other people who want to retouch. They actually use the normal basic tool before doing the frequency separation, but that is going to be in another class. So let's get started. This will be our image. We want to work with the first layer. I'm going to hit Ctrl J twice to make sure I duplicate the image. And now you can choose to rename anyone, but because the texture is always on top of the color, that's why we name the first one texture. And now I'm going to name this one color. We can both grab the two of them selected and then group them together. We can name this frequency separation. For short, freq sweep. Hit enter. Let's open up this. Let's turn off this. This will be our reference later on. So now I'm going to select the texture layer, turn it off, and then select the color. Here we had to blur the image so that all the textures are going to go. Remember I said textures are the contours while the colors in the image, which is also known as tone. So we want to get only the color and subtract it from the texture. So now that I have the color layer selected, I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, which is the normal one they use. And now it doesn't matter the radius, although don't let it go higher that you won't even see the image anymore, because once you start doing your frequency separation, you're actually not going to get anything done when you are retouching on the texture. So let's bring it back to 0.1, which is just the value, the initial value. And now you're going to increase it up till all the details get blurred out. So something like this for me should be fine, but it doesn't matter anyway. If I want to use 4.5, I want to use 6, all this doesn't matter to me because I know that I can use other tools to get it back. So let's just choose a very safe place, which is something like 4 or 3.5, and it's okay. And now that we have our blur, which is carrying our color, if I zoom in, you're going to see that you can't see the textures anymore. You can't even see the pore of the skin because I've blurred them all out. I only have the texture. Now let's subtract this color from the texture. Let's turn on this one. You can see this has the textures. So now I'm going to subtract the color from the texture. How do we do that? We'll go to image, apply image. And now we're going to choose the layer, color. Now it's on multiply, so everywhere is dark. But I'm going to drop down and click subtract. So now you're going to have this like high pass filter. And then make sure the scale is 2, offset 128. Some of you, it can be 0 and 1. So now make it 2 and 128, blending, subtract, and all of that, and click OK. Once you get that done, you're going to see something like this. So you can see the roughness, Now I can still see some of the colors. That's because I didn't blur it very well. I should have blurred this enough so that this won't be happening. So once you start having textures, color inside your texture, it simply means you need to go back and give it a little bit blur, even less than 3. Okay, so let's just continue. This will still do fine. I'm going to change the blending mode of this one to linear light, and there we are with our image back. So this one carrying the texture, this one carrying the color. This is the basics of frequency separation. And I'm just going to click on this one quickly and show you how it works with other plugins. Okay, so here is, for example, Ultimate Retouch. We also have some other plugins. Now, under the frequency separation panel in Ultimate Retouch, you're going to see the 2 Gaussian method, the 2 portrait, the 3 Gaussian method. All these are techniques and some are advanced. So let's quickly turn on this layer, and I'm going to run the frequency separation for that. So as we run, it's going to tell you Gaussian blur value. Let's use 3. It's okay, and then it's going to create everything else. It's running it twice. Let's create it 3. Okay, I only clicked it once. I wonder why it's running it twice. Anyway, we're going to use it that way though. So let's look at it. I'm going to delete one. Let's do it again. 2 Gaussian method, 3. Okay, good. So we have it like this, and if you check, I'm going to hide this, you're going to see texture and color. If I turn off this one, you're going to see it's blurred out. If I turn it back on, you're going to see the image is back. Now let's select this one and select this one. You're going to see that it's on linear light. So a lot of people just do their own customized way of retouching. They don't want to affect this, so they created another one and clipped it to it, which is still the same thing. This one as well, which is the first one, manual. So if I work on this, if you know that if you work on this one and then it's actually damaged the image, you can turn it off and come to this instead of creating another frequency separation. So I kind of like this one because your hair is indestructible. That's the same thing with the one we have on top. So let's continue. I'm going to turn off this one, and then for this one, the color layer, you're going to use the mixer tool brush, and you can blend. There is a more faster way to do it using the lasso tool. But if you use the lasso tool, you have to come back to filter and blur. For example, let's say I want to work on this. I can choose this, make it small, and I can just make sure I paint to make the skin smooth so you can see what's going on. Even if you can't see, you can see that it's making the skin smooth. So Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. So instead of doing all of that, I can go ahead, take the lasso tool and draw a line like this, for example. And then I could go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I can increase the radius. Increase. Let's take it up high, and you can see what the effect is. So you bring it back and it's okay. I have it like this. So you can keep drawing lines, and one of the method I love is the lasso tool because it makes everywhere the same. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I can reduce it for a particular place. You can increase it for a particular place. It's okay. And then you can keep on doing this. Go to the forehead, and some tight corners you can use the mixer tool brush instead. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and there we go. This is too much, but just for the sake of the tutorial, we're using this. So I can do something like this as well. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then you see how it is. Although this is making the image look flat, you can also use the mixer tool brush and just paint like this. I'm not supposed to do it like this. I'm just showing you how it should be. So what is the whole idea. The whole idea. I'm doing Ctrl Z right now, so you understand. Ctrl D to deselect. So that's the whole idea too. Now, if you want to work on the texture, you select the clone stamp tool, select the texture, select the clone stamp tool, make it smaller. Let's say I want to work on this texture. Hold and Alt, click, 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 click. Hold and Alt, and start clicking and removing all the blemishes. So you can see all the blemishes are gone. Let's turn it off and on, off and on. I'm going to zoom in and see off and on. So all those blemishes are gone. Let's say I want to remove this one. Hold and Alt and take it. Hold and Alt, sample. Hold and Alt, left click. Hold and Alt, left click. So sorry, so I didn't mention that. You hold and Alt, you left click, and you click, and it's gonna remove all the blemishes. But if you want to work on the tone, like I said, mix our tool brush, and then you start painting. So a lot of time you want to smoothen your skin, this is the best way to go around it. I hope this video is actually helpful to anyone who hasn't done frequency separation before. And of course, you know you need to balance your color, doing color correction. Even if you want to make the image look natural, you still need to balance the color, but make sure everything else is intact. I hope this video is helpful, and you can work on the lips as well. If the texture doesn't work on the lips, you can work on the lips manually and apart from using frequency separation. Alright guys, so I'm going to see you in the next one, where we're going to talk in-depthly on frequency separation. But before now, let's practice the basics. Just the way I'm using it, you can actually try it out like that. Clone stamp tool, Alt, left click, select, and remove your blemishes. That's all you need to do to perform frequency separation or skin smoothing operation. So you can see how I'm moving in between, changing the tools. If it's not smooth enough, take your lasso tool, come, draw, like this, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Make sure you're working on the color layer. If 15 is too much, you can take down the radius to something like 11. Hit OK. Come, draw over here. Sometimes you need to increase the feathers to 10 to create more smoothing at the edge. And go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Make sure you're not close to the red, or otherwise you're gonna have spilling. Okay, so you do this. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'll keep on doing this till I have the perfect one. So you can see for every different corners there are different blur value I use when using the lasso tool. Alright guys, so see you in the next one. Thank you.